Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. I'm Dustin Staples here with your forecast. Hope you're doing well. And of course, something you're noticing as you've been out today, maybe during your lunch or now coming home from work, is the wind not being a big of an issue today. So that's been some good news. We're going to continue to see some calm winds continue for the next day and a half or so, as we'll see more of those winds begin to pick up as we have a cold front possibly moving in coming up this weekend. Of course, it is the Bassett, Franklin, and Patrick County parades. The parades are Saturday, Bassett and Patrick County at 2 p.m. Things should be okay. It'll be cold. And of course, Franklin County is Sunday at 3 p.m. We'll have more of that coming up for you. In the meantime, though, let's get to the rest of tonight. We'll see mostly sunny skies. Our temperatures will start from the 50s to the 40s, and then we'll quickly drop down to right around the mid-30s tonight. So not as cold as we have been seeing over the last several mornings. You won't be needing that heavier coat, but again, you'll be needing, please bundle up as the kids are at the bus stop as we do again the first day of December. We're going to see more of summertime, early spring-like temperatures, I shall say, than summer. It's going to begin to feel more not like the holidays, but we're going to see the calm wind. Like I did notice, no rain's expected. We need the rain really bad. We are in that bit of a drought. We'll showcase that coming up for you on Thursday. Our temperatures again staying in the 60s with a mix of sun and clouds out there. So another wonderful afternoon. Maybe if you're trying to get some stuff out home, get some decorations up in your front yard. And of course, it is that time of year where we're going to begin to talk about winter time, hopefully, as we'll get through the next several weeks. No big rain is expected, nor snows anytime either. Of course, it does begin the first of meteorological winter as we start the 1st of December. The first day of winter is right around December 21st. I'll have that exact date for you when we get closer to that, but it's not going to feel like winter anytime soon as we have some much warmer air coming in over the next several days. It's not going to be until the weekend we begin to slowly cool off and feel more like December. And of course, switching of that nature, we talked about winter. This week is actually Winter Weather Preparedness Awareness Week. Our good friend from the National Weather Service has put together some graphics here. I'm going to step off the screen so you can kind of look at those, and we'll talk about what represents what here. I want to begin here with the this one. This is talking about measurements of snow. I know we're not seeing any snow at this given day and time. However, though, we get the question about how much measurable, or what is the right way we should measure snow. Obviously, when you do so that, don't measure in the grass. Of course, when you do that, the measurements kind of get a little out of whack, as you see here. Find a flat, solid surface like some cement, maybe where there's been no attraction over that, or people's kind of stepped on it, because what didn't happen, the accumulation amounts kind of get out of tune there. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, of course, when you are planning, make sure you are having enough adequate winter gear in your location. Of course, when you're doing so, make sure they're, when the snow plows try to come by, do their job. Make sure you don't have cars parked on the side of the road, or when you do that, you will have to shovel that off later at a given time. Also, just keep in mind, of course, the ways you do want to do that. When you talk about measuring the snow, you see here, just keep in mind how much is being measured. Like we talked about, don't measure on a hilly surface or anything with the grass that's been accumulated, because what's happened, you're going to get more than what you anticipated. And then, of course, we always talk about, when the snow does begin to melt, you're going to have a little bit of that glaze over that snow, basically meaning the melting of the process is taking place with the sunshine out there. And then, of course, always report to the National Weather Service, and we'd be also to have your reports too when you do so. So if you can't get into us, we always, we're not going to get mad at you, but we always appreciate your reports. Go to the National Weather Service. You can go follow them on social media. And this next graphic here, I'll step out. This is talking about the formations of winter precipitation. But of course, mostly we talk about a lot this past winter was that freezing rain and sleet combination. And you do see here, we'll begin off with everybody's favorite, with the snow. You see there's the temperature correlations. This is at or just below freezing. When you have cold air in place, you're going to get nothing but snow. The next step above that is where it gets kind of tricky, because what's happening when you get the temperatures above 32 or greater, it does begin to start off cold, then a bit of a warm air bites right in between that cold and giving that more of a wintry, less pingy, when the sleet falls, it has that bouncing sound to it. And of course, you get all sleet, some snow mixing in, but very minimum snow. What we saw most commonly this past winter was a lot of freezing rain. We did see some snow, but of course, when it happening, once the temperatures are cold enough at the ground, that the precipitation just froze right over and gave us that freezing look to it as well. And then, of course, obviously, any type of form of precipitation does start out cold, but once you get nothing above 32, you get mostly plain rain. A lot of that time that you see here, the bar shows 32 degrees or more. You will get that type of just liquid rainfall, nothing to cause any issues with that. So I know most of you are probably wanting to see mostly snow. We're going to see how the rest of the few months play out. Could we get most of this? We possibly might. Of course, as La Nina is in effect, basically meaning more of a active hurricane season, which we pretty much saw come to an end today. And of course, right now there's no tropical activity out there. And so we did get through all of the the name storms through Wanda through this upcoming year. So we did that again for the second year consecutive. We've gone through the entire list of regular names. We did not have to use that alternative list, as you see as we got towards this upcoming fall. So that is your weather in a recap mode. I hope you enjoy your Tuesday night. Stay tuned. We'll have more BTW21 news continuing right after this.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.